Hi everyone, it's Mary and I'm here for our Live at 5 card class. And sorry I missed on Tuesday. I was so sick and I'm still actually not 100%. So we're going to see how far we can get today. So welcome to my Live at 5 card class. Today we're going to be playing some more with the Share What You Love suite. This is available now. It's kind of a pre-order special for you, and it highlights some of our new products that are coming out in our next annual catalog. So we were playing with this the last couple of classes where we made a couple of different cards. If I'll just do a little bit review while I'm waiting to see who joins us today. So this is the card that we did last session, which was last Thursday, and it's what I'm calling a secret fold, because it actually shows you both sides of the designer series paper when you've completed your card. So it has a really nice finish on the inside as well as on the outside. So this was all made with products found in the Share What You Love suite. And then the class prior to that, we had made this card, which uses some more of the designer series paper that's in the Share What You Love suite. And we finished off the inside just as nicely as we had on the inside. So those are just a couple options for you if you want to hit the replay here on my Facebook page, or if you're watching on my YouTube channel. And today we're going to be making a completely different card, but we're still going to be playing with the Share What You Love suite. And next week I will be back with the final card in the Share What You Love suite segment, and we'll end up using some of the same papers that we're going to be cutting today. So it'll give you a couple of different card options for the materials that we're going to be using in today's class. Also, if you've been shopping with me recently and you have earned my free card tutorials, that's been finalized and it's going to be going out in emails starting this evening. And I've also been chopping some more of the designer series paper so that I can put together the card kits that folks have earned by shopping my online store. I always have a free gift with purchase for my Live at 5 card classes. This month we're going to be I'm going to be focusing on, I should say, for my free gifts with purchase, the Share What You Love suite. So everyone's going to be receiving card kits featuring the designer series paper found in the Share What You Love suite, as well as coordinating cardstocks. And there's a whole bunch of different cardstock that coordinates with this designer series paper. So if you've been following along, you already know what those colors are, and they are in my prior classes if you want to review them. And my 4-card tutorial this month is also featuring the Share What You Love suite. So it's a 4-card PDF. It's step-by-step directions, including the photographic directions as well as written directions, and all you need to do to earn both of those gifts is enter the hostess code that you see here. If you're interested in joining my hostess club, it's a 6-month club. $30 a month enrolls you in the club, and if your orders within the club reach $50 or more, you will also qualify for the current gift with purchase, as well as the hostess rewards that you'll get on your 6 months. So if you're looking for information on that, you can find that on my blog, or you can contact me for details. And the hostess club code for May is this code right down here. So you can either grab a screenshot, or you can contact me for more information, and I'll also have this posted when I'm done. So hi Janet, hi Cindy. I think a few of you have scrolled past and I can't see you anymore. Cindy, you finally get to see me live, and I'm not 100%, so it's not going to be a true display of my lives, because I'm just not 100% back to being myself after Tuesday. So back to class. So the Share What You Love suite, if you've tuned in prior to tonight, it is 3 actual bundles featured within the same suite. So there's a Just Getting Started bundle, a Little Bit More Please bundle, and the Gotta Have It All bundle. So the projects that I've been featuring contain the products that are found in the Gotta Have It All bundle, because who doesn't have to have it all, right? I mean, aren't we all gotta have it allers? We also are featuring our In Color collection, the new In Colors. For the first time, they're available for customers to pre-order before the catalog goes live. So this is a great opportunity for you to get the 5 new In Colors. So let's get started with today's class, because like I said, I'm still not feeling 100%. So let's get this class underway before I fade out on you. So for today's class, I have developed a version based on my Love It, Chop It. So this is going to be today's class, and it actually uses the designer series paper as we cut it for my Love It, Chop It. So this is a card that I just came up with this afternoon, you know, better late than never. And for this, we need our Big Shot. So I'm going to go under the table and get the Big Shot machine. So I have my Big Shot here, and we're gonna be doing a couple of different things. The first thing we're gonna do is die cut our Dragonfly. All right, so from my Love It, Chop It pile, from the designer series paper, I have selected, and let me see if I can get a whole piece for you of the piece that I have chosen. So first of all, I chose this piece here, which has your watercolor flower pieces. And then on the back side, it has this really nice watercolor wash stripe. So that's one of our Love It, Chop It pieces we're gonna need for this card. The second piece is this. Is it this one? Nope, it's not that one. Hold on, still fishing. I don't know if I have another piece here. I may have already put it in the mail to somebody. It might have already gone out in the mail. Well, what's on the back of it? Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. It's on the back of this one. Come on, Mary, you gotta flip it over. All right, so if you remember, this is one of our prints from the Share What You Love designer series paper. So this side is the one that I actually chose to cut my Dragonfly out of. So I thought it would be really pretty to die cut the Dragonfly out of designer series paper and give it a little bit more visual interest, okay? So we need 2 Love It, Chop It pieces. We need this piece here, which is this 2-sided piece, and then we're also going to need this piece. So I'm gonna start, this is the piece that I cut earlier for my sample. So we're gonna start with that, and I need a couple of plates. So I've got my magnetic platform, and then I have another one of my I have an acrylic plate. And then I need my Dragonfly die. And that comes from the Detailed Dragonfly Thinlits dies, all right? So there's a large one, there's an outline, there's these little babies, and then there's this medium one. So we're gonna use the medium Dragonfly. Now, if you can see, I die cut coming up from the corner, but I left some room, maybe a little over 1/4 inch from the outside edges, because I'm actually going to use this later on another card. So we'll be finishing off a card using this piece next week. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm gonna lay it down the same way. All right, I want his tail going up towards the corner, and I'm gonna put his body coming towards the middle. Then I just need a top plate. All right, and I don't know why I set this up this way. I'm a righty. I'm a righty and I'm sending this lefty. That's crazy. All right, so now I'm gonna just pop this through. Sorry about the shake. Sorry about wiggling you guys all around. No matter what you do, that's what happens. Okay, so now I can pop out my Dragonfly. All right, so we're gonna pop him out, and I'm gonna save this because I'm gonna use this in another card. So I'll put that aside. We're done the magnetic platform. And now we're gonna do some embossing as I drop the embossing folder on my foot. All right, so now I'm just swapping out to do embossing. And I'm bringing in my embossing folder. And in the Share What You Love suite, included in the Got It Have It All bundle is the lovely floral dynamic textured impressions folder. So that's what we're going to be using today. So I have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of rich raspberry cardstock, and I'm going to line this up. I want it the smaller portion facing up, and I'm going to line this up so that the left-hand edge of my cardstock is right up against this smaller section here, okay? So what that's gonna do is it's going to push the embossed flower to the right-hand side, all right? And I want a nice space down here at the bottom because that's where I'm going to do my stamping. And you can do your stamping first if you want to. That probably would make more sense, but I'm already into it, so we're just gonna do it this way because I'm not gonna be able to go backwards. I've already got the big shot out, so let's just run with it. And actually doing it that way, I just pop my paper out. So I'm gonna have to fix that. Ugh, and unfortunately, my stomach still feels like somebody punched me. So don't mind me. All right, so I'm just gonna tuck that in so that it, oh, you know what? I have too many plates. That's why I'm having a problem with these extra thick embossing folders. You don't need the second plate. Told you, not quite 100% today. But it wasn't worth canceling over. I needed some stamping time. I think Tuesday I didn't get out of bed until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I got up early in the morning, I fed my dogs, and then I went back to bed. All right. And I did that the wrong way. So you know what? I had my paper in the wrong way. So now my thank you is going to be up at the top. So you know what? This card's going to be slightly different, because I don't think it's worth redoing for that either. How's that going to work? We're going to make it work. Okay. Where is my thank you? Okay, so I've got my thank you. And this thank you comes from the stamp set. That's the Love What You Do stamp set that's included in the suite. And then for my ink, I'm going to do tone on tone, and I'm going to have rich raspberry. And I wonder if maybe, nope, I'm not going to like that. We're just going to try to make it work this way. I was thinking maybe I could do debossed up, and I don't think that's going to work. So I think my Dragonfly is going to head towards the thank you. Sometimes you just have to roll with the punches, right? And do the best you can do. I felt like something wasn't right when I was embossing that. But I just kept going anyway. So now we're gonna make it work. All right, so now I have my thank you. And I need my trimmer. All right, so I've got my trimmer. And I have my piece of coordinating cardstock that's out of my Love It, Chop It. And I'm going to take 1 3/4 off of one end. Okay, and I'm going to put this aside for another use, for another card. Then I'm going to take my 1 3/4 and I'm going to cut off a 1/2 inch. All right, so now I have my 2 strips, and that's all I'm going to do with my cutter. All right, so this side, I want to go down towards the left edge with the flowers in towards the center. And that's what I love about these, about Stampin' Up's Designer Series papers, because all the patterns coordinate with each other. So you can do something as easy as cut a strip and flip it, and they're going to coordinate. All right. So I've got this piece and my liquid glue. And I think on this one, instead of going tight over to the edge, I'm going to leave a little teeny tiny sliver showing of the rich raspberry. We may as well make this card a completely different version, right? We may as well play with it. I already messed it up by putting my having my thank you land in the upper right corner, so we may as well play with it a little bit more. All right, now on this side, I want to make sure that I add my glue to that watercolor stripe side. And I'm just going to butt it up and get it as close as I can. My thank you is a little bit further over than the other one. But that's okay. Do as I did, not as I'm doing, right? I could have just what I could have done is just taken this whole embossed piece and thrown it aside for later and started over with another piece. But you know what? I want to see if we can salvage it, and because we already have this one, so you know what it was supposed to look like. So why not take this one and just keep going, right? So that's all we need to do for glue. And then I just need my ribbon, which is over in this mess somewhere. Okay, so this is the velvet ribbon, rich raspberry velvet ribbon. This is also included in the Gotta Have It All bundle. And I'm just gonna cut enough to adhere it behind the panel. And I'm going to use tear and tape to do that because this ribbon is really thick. And it needs something really strong to hold it down. So I'm going to use tear and tape. So I'm basically just going to lay this over the seam. Flip it over so that I know where to put my tear and tape. And then I can peel this off. If I can get it. Peel that off and wrap this around, and it's going to stick to that tear and tape. And then when I go to put it on the front of the card, I'm going to use dimensionals. And the dimensionals are going to help stick it even more. because we don't want that ribbon to come undone on our card. All right, so now I've got this ribbon taped at the bottom. Can come up and around the top. And it helps if you peel the backing off, right? Oh my gosh, it's gonna fight with me now. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you guys, this is just, I need my pokey tool. I was using my pokey tool the other day to take a splinter out of my finger. So I think it's still in the bathroom. Multiple uses, right? All right, so now we have that done. So I'm gonna flip it over and I'm going to get my dimensionals. And what I used is these outside edges, okay, are fabulous for longer lengths or when you want to cover things like your ribbon. So I can lay that down over the ribbon. And then actually, I think I need a new one because I used all the edge. So see these little, I don't know if you can see them on the video, but there's these zigzaggy edges. And that's what I'm snipping away at. It's so funny because when I would do classes at my old house, I'd have some people that would come and they would use all the middles on their dimensionals and they'd throw away the outskirts, and I'd be diving into the bucket going, no, 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 you don't understand. That's not trash. Pull that out. Because they didn't know. They were just using the dimensionals in the middle and throwing away all the edges. I'm like, no, it's like pizza. That's the best part. Don't throw that away. Yes, Karen, my adhesives are being naughty. Oy. They know I don't feel good, so they've decided to push my buttons. Or maybe it's just that I don't feel good, so I can't make them behave. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to give this one a little bit extra. I don't know. Either way, we're going to get the card done, and it's going to be beautiful. So now I just need to put some dimensionals down the outside edges. And I'm going to put a couple in the middle so the whole thing doesn't collapse. And then pick all my backings off. And then wait until you see what I discovered going through these papers. So today oh, thanks, Kathy. I'm trying to be a trooper. My stomach, I'll tell you. I don't know what got a hold of me on Monday, but it hasn't let go yet. So earlier today, I was taking some inventory of my cardstock and so I could pre-order the new colors that are coming out and the cardstock that coordinates. So I was taking inventory of what I currently had, and I discovered, and I had this total aha moment where, you know, your jaw literally falls open. I discovered that the Retiring Sweet Sugar Plum perfectly coordinates, now that I dropped it, perfectly coordinates with this watercolor stripe. So check that out. Isn't that the coolest thing? It looks absolutely amazing together. So if you have Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock, when you get your designer series paper from the Sweet, they coordinate perfectly. It is absolutely amazing. I love it. So that's the Share What You Love Specialty Designer Series paper. So you're going to be able to use even more of that paper if you have the sweet sugar plum. So there's a tip for you. Okay. And yes, Marty, I do believe this would look good with a butterfly as well. But I haven't worked with my Dragonfly in a really long time, so I thought I would give my Dragonfly some love. All right, so we're gonna put this down on the card, okay? And then I'm gonna need some of these dots. And those dots are also included in the Gotta Have It All bundle. And it's called the Share What You Love Artisan Pearls. So these are colored pearls. And they're adhesive backed. And where did I put them? Ah! All right, keep talking amongst yourselves. I thought I had them out on the table. Now I gotta go diving in my box. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you. I still haven't even put away my catalog pre-order. Isn't that disgusting? So I'm gonna use these. On this one, I had used something else that's coming out that's on our pre-order, which are some faceted dots, but I don't have enough left to do this card. So we're gonna use the Share What You Love Artisan Pearls, and these are actually in the suite, so it's better for me to use those anyway. So you can actually see what's in your suite. And then look at the colors. Aren't these pretty? So I'm gonna use this darker one here. But there's a whole bunch of different pinks. There's the raspberry, there's some yellows. But I think I'm gonna use this one because it's similar to that one. So I'm just gonna put one in the corner because I'm gonna use my threes. I've got 3 of those. And then we need to add our Dragonfly. And I might need to use my die brush if I know where that is, which I don't. My room is still a mess. When I went down for the count, I didn't get to finish what I had started the other day. So if you think I know where that die brush is, I don't. I don't have the foggiest idea, so we're gonna have to just poke. Sorry. It would be a lot easier with the die brush, but I don't know where it is. And I'm not gonna leave you standing here while I go look for it. So if you tuned in, if you saw on my post yesterday, I believe, and all the days are running together with this death I've got. I got in one of my 31 orders, and some of my new cardstock and designer series paper organizers came in, and I am so excited to start reorganizing all of my paper. This one doesn't look like it cut through all the way. And this Saturday, I was invited to take part in a rescue. There's a animal rescue is doing this Adopt-A-Palooza this weekend. And I was invited to participate as a vendor. I just have to run this guy through again. Part of his wing didn't come out. So I can't start doing my craft room yet because I need to take my totes to Adopt-A-Palooza. But I'm actually pretty excited about it because our old dog, Lucy, who is on my personal page, she is my profile picture. And she was a rescue. And we are coming up on a year since we lost her. So I'm actually pretty excited about participating in this event because it'll be my way of kind of giving back for everything that Lucy gave us. And I'm donating 25% of all of my orders at the Adopt-A-Palooza event to the rescues in honor of Lucy. So that's really cool. And if you want some more information about that, if you're a member of my Creatively Organized Facebook group, the information's posted there. And if you're not, but you're interested in becoming a member of the group, you can message me. See how easily that just popped out? You can message me and I will send you an invitation to join the group. So that's what I've got to look forward to on Saturday. So I've got to start feeling better so that I can get set up for this. Okay, so now I have my Dragonfly. And I'm going to take, I actually like the outside edges on the minis, the mini dimensionals, for cutting for these little narrow strips for the back because it actually gives you this really wide border on the outside. So it gives you a really nice thick area to work with to cut down some really narrow strips of dimensional, which are perfect for things like this Dragonfly where his body is so long. And I like to support the whole body. So I've got this little teeny skinny strip, and see, you can't even see any of it. So I'm just gonna peel off a little bit away from the tail and snip this off. So I don't want to cut his tail off though. Okay, so I'll cut that off and peel the backing off. I'm going to put him on the front of the card and I'll have him fly up towards the thank you. So that doesn't look totally terrible. I don't think that looks totally terrible at all. And then to finish him off, I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. I've got my clear Wink of Stella here. And I'm just going to brush the Wink of Stella. And I know this is really, really, really hard to see on camera. And I apologize for that. There's really not much you can do about it. And I got to squeeze a little bit out. And I don't know about you, but every time I try to squeeze some Wink of Stella into the tip, I get this. I get a drop. It's like I can't catch it before it becomes too much. So I'm just gonna wipe his wings with the Wink of Stella. Now, if you weren't doing this in a live class, you could apply your Wink of Stella to your Dragonfly and put it aside to dry and then come back later and adhere your Dragonfly to the card. But I didn't have that kind of time. So I adhered him and then I colored him. And then I'm just gonna give his wings a little bit of lift. And the only other tip I'm going to give you today, as I'm looking around for the cap for my Wink of Stella, I threw it over there, is underneath this ribbon, because we just adhered the ends, I'm just gonna put a couple of glue dots underneath, just so that it's not loose. And I'm not gonna push down too hard because I don't wanna crush that velvet, but just loosely, just enough. And there you go. So I don't think that came out too horrible, having the thank you up top, do you? They're not bad, right? Someone just asked about putting the Wink of Stella on the embossed flower. you could try it. I kind of just wanted it to be subtle and in the background, but you could certainly try that. I just chose not to on this because I didn't want the flower to be a focal point. I wanted it just to be kind of subtle in the background, but you could certainly try to put the Wink of Stella just over the embossed. You could also put ink on your embossing folder and run the flower through the embossing folder. I mean, run the cardstock through the embossing folder so that the embossed flower came out colored if you wanted that flower to pop more. I don't know if you guys can even see it in the lighting. Hopefully you can see it. I think you can see it if I kind of wiggle it a little bit. So that's our card, and I hope you enjoyed the project. I'm sorry I wasn't exactly 100% today. Hopefully I'll be 100% by next week because I don't think I could take much more of this. Well, it's just too yucky. So again, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed our class, and am cutting our dragonflies out of a piece of our Love It, Chop It paper. And I'll be back next week showing you a use for that paper. So tune in next week for that. And if you're placing your orders for the Share What You Love suite, don't forget that there are 3 different levels. There is the Just Getting Started bundle, the A Little Bit More Please bundle, and the Gotta Have It All bundle. So there is a way for you to get the products that you like for these projects that meet in a manner that meet your budget. So there's 3 different tiers, so that everybody can afford to get some of the Share What You Love suite. So don't forget, if you use the hostess code or if you use the Live at 5 hostess code, you are going to receive card kits in the mail that contain some of the designer series papers that are found in the bundle, as well as the coordinating cardstock. So that will just help you stretch your suite a little bit more. So thank you for joining me. I hope you liked the class, and we'll tune in next week for my next Live at 5, when hopefully I'm a little bit more coherent and a little bit more with it. But as I said, I thought I could get through the class without having to cancel. So I appreciate your bearing with me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I will be over at my Creatively Organized page throughout the weekend with updates on the Adopt-A-Palooza event. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Happy stamping. Bye.